Welcome to She Said That Out Loud. Today we have an amazing guest. Her name is Candace, and she owns Internal Wellth.
It's eternal wealth. Yeah.
Did I say
internal? I do that because literally every time someone talks about the company, it leaves those little subconscious little triggers in there. I hear eternal wealth, internal wellness. The name of the company is Eternal Wellth.
Eternal Wellth.
Yeah.
And then tell them how you spell it, because you even spell it differently.
Yes, I wanted to really ring the name, call in the wellness portion of it. So it's Wellth spelled W-E-L-L-T-H. So Eternal W-E-L-L-T-H.
Yes, and she owns this wellness lifestyle brand designed to support the divine embodiment of everlasting health and beauty. That just sounds so nice, don't it?
Literally, it took me years to write that. I've said that sentence in so many different words, and I feel like those words really encapture what I'm trying to do, what I'm doing, the best way. And it's embodying the beauty that we want. The company came at a time where makeup and lashes and all this falseness was very super popular, making a lot of money. But I wanted to really understand that you can be beautiful, and when you think of beauty, that doesn't mean makeup. So it's just what does that really mean, and what services, what products can I offer you, and what are those products made of, and how can you not only just buy those products, but how can you use them? How can you incorporate it into your actual routine to make sure that you actually are doing your skincare at night? Are you actually having a good breakfast? What are the steps? What are the actual practical behaviors that go into being beautiful? And so here at Eternal Wellth, we offer facials are our number one service. We also offer eyelash extensions just for clients that want that extra zha-zha, but while their skin is healing from whether it be acne or you want to tighten things up using radio frequency or high frequency or microcurrent. These are all three types of electrotherapy. And conventionally and clinical environments, these electricities are performed using an ultrasound gel to be the glide, or over here we use sesame oil. We'll use a nice avocado oil, just depending on the skin, depending on what it is, depending on what we want to do. So we use the most natural ingredients always. I just started researching queens, old Cleopatra. What was she bathing in? What was she put on her face?
Oh, you got deep.
Deep. You have to, because if we're trying to make a brand that's about to be eternal, it has to be in line with what's been happening. You're trying to just start a company, and I'm 27 now, but my client range is a little bit older than me. For anti-aging, my clients are 15, so I have to be able to be attractive on that level, and what's attractive is what's been working. So so the beauty techniques that stand through time are the ones that work. And for example, in school, I just read this one sentence that Cleopatra used to bathe in goat's milk, and the reason behind that is goat's milk has lactic acid in there. So it creates exfoliation so that her skin is very soft, and also sesame oil was very big in her skincare routine, just from what I read. Who knows, what it really was. But now that I've implemented and had hundreds of clients, that is what really works. So I'm giving away this little beauty secret, but it's but now it's how do you make it smell good? How do you apply it? When, or and then that's just topical. What are you eating? Let's start there.
I'm glad that you brought that up you mentioned it earlier about eating. And I think a lot of people overlook that, myself included. I overlook it and don't even consider that what you eat plays a role in our skin and how we feel. So can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yes. So let's just get into it. We are what we eat. So the difference between the one person and the next person is just like what they ate, and our bodies are actually set up quite the same, and the difference is just like how we process what we eat. And we kind of have like a little, you know, what your mother ate kind of sets you up for what you're about to be craving, and what things, you know, are attracted to, what foods you're attracted to. So for the skin is connected to your liver, your kidney, and your thyroid. So anyone coming to me with any type of issue, I already know there's something going on with one of those things or all three of those things. It's rarely like two, because usually it's hard to have a huge problem and not affect like multiple organs, because everything is just like so connected. So for an anti-aging client, what ages us the most is dehydration. So it's going to be how much water you're drinking, and then from there it's the pH of the foods that you're taking in. The higher the pH, the better it is for you. We call it alkaline, pH of 7 and above. Our bodies, from what I've seen, respond most effectively to alkaline ingredients. And that's because alkaline ingredients come naturally from the earth, and they're easily, your body can recognize it easily and be like, okay, I want to absorb that. Or it's no question, there's no reaction, I don't get bumps, I don't get redness, like none of that, because everything is very pure. So for acne, it's like your body is, yes, I can put cream on you and whatever, but your skin is a pathway. So if something is coming out from the inside, what I'm doing on top is gonna be, that's cute, but you need to stop drinking milk. Like, there's only one disease, it's mucus. Dr. Sebi has said that multiple times, and it's just like there's a lot of like, you know, it's really easy to just hear something and just do it, but for going on 4 years now, I've actually been applying this, and this is actually true. The mucus is only mucus. All it is figuring out like where it's at, where it's coming from. And like we said, the skin is connected to your liver, kidney, and thyroid. So that tells me the mucus is in one of those places. So in your face mask, I'm gonna put minerals that are helpful for your liver, your kidney, and your thyroid, and your skin absorbs everything. That's why you have, you know, topical marijuana, like patches, like Nicoderm, like, you know, birth control, even things are absorbed topically through the skin, and they go straight into the bloodstream. Another reason why it's so important to be using all natural products. So your blood, it's your blood, like your life force, like your energy, you know. So so going back to like what you're eating, all I'm doing on the table is correcting your holes in diet. So if you want to be coming in eating meat and cheese, okay, so if you want your whole appointment to be getting all the mucus out of your skin, great. But if you want to be massaging and relaxing, okay, that means we need to be eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. Everything needs to be clear. There needs to be no buildup in mucus. So yeah.
So are you getting rid of the mucus through massage?
So through massage, we can do something called lymphatic drainage. Lymphatic drainage means I'm working with your lymphatic system and basically like clearing it through massage. Internally, I prescribe you herbs. I can't even say prescribe. I recommend herbs for you that will be helpful for what you're struggling with. And it's like, I don't even say like, oh, you need to take this. It's really just kind of like, I just show you, here's the data, here's what here's the data. When I say data, here's a biochemistry book, here's what your skin is made out of, here are the minerals, and here are plants that have those exact same minerals that you're missing. As you notice, if you start taking these, you can do a tea, you can do capsules, you can, you know, just go to the grocery store and just eat it. Whatever it is, however you feel comfortable like getting it in, show me your results, and I'm telling you, literally, my clients have call me like out the blue, like my skin is so much more clear, I'm so much more confident, I'm glowing, I'm getting skin compliments now, I'm going on dates, and even deeper than that, it's like, you know, it's like sometimes they'll be laying on the table for skin, but I know there's something else more. I'm not gonna cry about it, but it'll be like, I didn't want to tell you, but I was kind of pre-diabetic, and ever since I was just listening to just like how I can eat better, I've been noticing I'm having a lot more energy, and when I went to the doctor, they're not as alarmed anymore about my blood sugar.
That's good.
Like,
hey, I need to schedule me an appointment. I don't have diabetes or anything.
It's a
but
lot.
I like
Right.
your process and your method, and you suggest herbs. You're not prescribing. Here's the data. You're educating.
Yeah, I
as
show
well.
you. This is what I looked up. You know, it's on Google. It's right there. You just need to know what to type in. You know, I'm not trying to be a guru. I'm not really trying to be, you know, this big thing, but it's just, I feel like people are understanding, people don't have the information that they need to make effective decisions. And when it's as something as serious as eating, what you eat for breakfast determines your energy for the whole day. People don't even know what to eat then, and then it's just like now, like we're making all these like makeup decisions, and it's like lunch, we're like, you know, now we're losing energy. Like, so what I do is just, I have this list of just all naturally occurring food, and I give you the list to start, so you can just be looking out for only these foods. And I just say, if you literally eat only these foods, I guarantee you, you're gonna feel better. Just guarantee you. If you just find ways to implement apples, it's not crazy stuff. It's literally apples, kale, kiwi, you know, not kiwi, you know, zucchini, zucchini, squashes, mushrooms, like just eat real food. For snacks, go for walnuts, Brazil nuts, goji berries, dried mangoes, like real food. And you're gonna understand that your body's gonna understand what you're putting into it, because it's recognizable. When you stop putting chemicals in your body, it's just like your body can actually function. It actually can think clearly. And I've learned this because I lost my appendix in high school. So just by being an athlete, junior Olympic swimmer, varsity since freshman, you know, my coach had to like come find me in school, like, you're not on the swim team. He came and found me like in one of my classes, like, you need to be at practice. And so like at that level, so you know, so the food connection, I never really had too many like weight issues. I always thought I was like too muscular. I wanted to be like more like, you know, soft and feminine and stuff. But you know, I had the swimming shoulders, the volleyball legs. But when I lost that time, I really went to the hospital because of what I was eating. I had to wean myself back into eating again. And basically I found that going back to my normal meals, just, you know, a burger, like some pasta, like tacos, like, you know, normal stuff, the meat off top, number one, the first thing my stomach was like, no, you can't have that. It would just be like a very sharp pain. And as a swimmer, I'm used to understanding how food translates to energy. And it's like, meat is very like, you know, I feel grounded, like full. But when my stomach was like pumped and clear, and I was like after surgery, like feeling every single thing, I completely understood like why that was like detrimental. And I just went straight back to just, okay, my mom was vegetarian when she was pregnant with me. When I was, she was, What? How did I try to mess that
You
up?
got it right.
So exactly. So that's why I've always been kind of like craving those things. Like, she'll make, you know, roasted chicken and stuff, and I like the onions and the mushrooms at the bottom of the roasting pan. You know, so I've always like, you know, tuned back to that. And so, you know, getting back into introducing healthy things into my diet. Okay, so I was like, okay, the more healthy things I introduced to myself, the more free I felt, the more options I felt I had, the more, you know, and when I'm cooking, I don't feel any limitations. I can put as much as anything I want in there because it's all healthy. So, you know, the more you have of it, the better. So it's like, I just got like this new like liberation for life. Like, I knew that like, okay, it's not just, you know, that's some mindless eat 3 meals a day. Like, no, it's like, what am I becoming today? Like, am I becoming this bright mango, this, you know, this blackberry, or am I becoming like a dead anything, you know?
Oh, I like the way you said that. I like the way you said that because it makes you become self-aware. What am I being in this moment?
Exactly.
Who am I?
What
so that
energy?
is, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Now I'm going to start thinking about that. Every time I eat something, what am I being in this moment? Who am I? What is my intention on eating this? What's the purpose?
And the intention behind that dead animal. You know, you absorb that energy. So this, you know, fish or whatever was swimming around, or even swimming in a farm or whatever, if the water's not clean, you know, the conditions aren't good, whatever, and then you eat that energy, that's inside you now.
It's inside. I heard somebody say she was vegetarian and then she went vegan. Mm-hmm. And then she decided to eat some meat one time, and she said she swore she felt the pain
absolutely
of the animal. She could feel that energy, and she was like, "Oh no, I can't eat this." And
it's a vibration. People, you can call it, you know, different names or whatever. Mm-hmm. People like to get caught up in the name, but it's not about that. There's an energy, and you feel it. It's very clear. It's a stomach ache. It's a heaviness. It's a whatever English word you want to put on it. But there's definitely a distinct feeling, and I want to kind of talk about the difference between eating natural food and being vegan, because technically, veganism includes beer, Oreos, you know, like what is that?
I mentioned Oreos to somebody on an Instagram, and the guy was like, "No way, Oreos are not vegan.
Yes,
they have some kind of animal protein in it," but they changed that in the 90s
just so they could be vegan.
So that it can be vegan. But I didn't want to argue about it.
That don't mean healthy. Vegan and healthy is not the same thing. Mm-hmm. So the biggest thing about eating alkaline is I don't consume corn, beef, no, of course, corn, meat, sugar, and soy. Wheat, either. If you avoid those, if you really look at your ingredients, a lot of times they're using byproducts of those main ingredients and then naming it something else. But at the end of the day, it's still sugar. It's still wheat. You know, it's still a corn extract. It's still derived from corn. It's still soy. It's still pea protein. It's still a hybrid. It's still a not naturally occurring plant, or it was a naturally occurring plant and they crossbreed it to make it bigger, make it sweeter. You know, cotton candy grapes. Like what? Grapes with no seeds in there.
Yes.
You know, how are you doing this?
It's hard to find grapes with no seeds.
Found them.
Where?
Costco.
But Costco has it sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah, well, when I went, I made friends with the produce manager, and I was like, I bet you don't have them. And he found it. So, yeah.
Okay, because I know it seemed like they're seasonal over there, because I bought some and then went back and they're nowhere to be found for a month.
Just keep requesting. I think the biggest thing is like the manager is gonna order what's gonna sell. So if you come in there and be like, okay, I'm looking for this, I'm ready to buy, I want this, they're gonna order it for you.
Okay.
You know,
so I'll do that.
We gotta, as Black people, I feel like we have to take a little bit more charge over what we're putting in our bodies, because it's a lot of just like, you know, I'll take it, I'll have it, whatever. And you know, you drive through any hood, it's a McDonald's, Jack in the Box, none of our food over there. No grocery stores for us. There was like a statistic going around, something like the Black dollar only stays in our community for 6 hours. And I think a lot about what that has to do with is the fact that you can't really go that long without eating. And then when you go eat, you're gonna go to the store, you're gonna go to a restaurant, and the odds of one of those places that you're gonna go eat at being owned by us are lower. So it's like, without those probabilities, I don't see how that 6 hours is gonna increase to what is it, like 13 hours in the Hispanic community, some days and weeks in the white community, you know, because that you need to eat, and we need to have industries in those areas. But when you think of soul food, that's us, but that food is not for us. That food puts us in the ground, and then after the funeral, at the repast, eating the exact same food that put that person in the ground. So it's just like, we have to break this cycle. We have to stop eating basically leftover scraps. Like, we have to stop eating slave food. Like, we have to go back to living off the land. And when you go in the land, go in the wild, you don't see spinach, you don't see cauliflower, you don't see broccoli, you don't see beets, you don't see that. You need to get back to what's going on, because our bodies are trying to get back to that. Our bodies are trying to survive, and we're looking for minerals that's not in something that you can crossbreed. You can't do that. That's when people try to play God, it has never
panned out.
And never.
It's never
not
panned
once,
out.
You know?
Yes. We are
we
definitely
talking.
We are talking. We are talking. And
talking.
you know what? We can end up being here for I don't know how long. But you know, we got things to do.
Right.
And we're gonna have to have a
Thank
part
you.
2.
Yes.
I'm sure you guys enjoyed this conversation that we've had. There'll be more.
There'll be more. We just touched on a few things, but for now, I encourage everybody to just go look up, you know, where you can find naturally occurring ingredients near you, because it's like we getting done with this interview, we're probably about to go eat right now. What does that meal look like? I've been taking on meal prep clients, so I cook food for people for the week, like dinner meals, and I give them, you know, snack packs, and I'm putting it together. It's really great. It's a really good program because people are actually learning how to cook, and I have different levels of it. So if you want me to do it for you, just cook the meals. It's, you know, at a good price, and then I can do it with you. I can come over and teach you how I'm making it, and, you know, give you the meal at the end, or, you know, I can just give you a list and a cookbook, and I can just teach you just how you can just go get the ingredients yourself. So
I like that.
You know, it all starts with what you eat. Because if you eat good, you're not gonna have acne. You're not gonna have all these issues when you're getting your skin done. We can just relax. We can do spiritual. We can light some incense, enjoy the plants and the music. You know, it's not much more of like a technical treatment. You can just more like, you know, enjoy and focus on the self-love rather than you picking at your face. So
yes, self-love is so important. We need to talk about self-love next time.
Oh, that's good.
And we're going to talk about your Reiki that you offer too.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. It's a lot to
It's
unpack.
So much.
It's a lot.
I'm just so happy for this. Thank you.
You are so welcome. There will be more. And thank you for joining us today. Until next time, enjoy.
Thank you.
Seaweed-based mask. It's just seaweed. It has 86 minerals that the body is made out of. So it's gonna be the main base of it, actually, a little bit too much. So we're here. So this herb is really good for the thyroid. Okay. Now to take out any excess oil, we're gonna use, this is Italian green clay. And then Marlene's gonna use just a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna drop that in for her. I'll drop it into you, love. Red clover, the red ginseng. The red ginseng, and then I mix it all up, and then basically when she does the mask with hot water, it'll be a nice, like, smooth consistency. So right here, this. Okay, then we put the cap colors. You shake it up. And so it should be all one color now. And so to use these masks, she adds them with the water, and then she stirs it up and applies it on the face with some oil and a brush. So I can just write down what I put in there so she can tell the client if she asks. Sometimes I don't ask, but it's okay. So we did